Tell me about this canister of poison gas.
What? Boy, chummers! Before we get started, if you enjoy our content, do us a favor and give it a like if you're on YouTube, or rate the episode if you're listening on your favorite audio platform. Those interactions do go a long way in helping us reach other like-minded Shadowrun individuals. We did hit our goal of 500 subscribers on YouTube, and that is all thanks to you guys. Thank you so much. And now, let us shoot for 500 more. Last time on SINless, we had some recovery time after the lovely airport run. Towards the end, the lovely secret was shared between the rest of the team from Bear and Spider, and then a drone mysteriously just walked into the room, ready to lay down fire after that reveal, and that's where we're going to pick up this evening. But before we get started with that, let's hear from the sponsor.
2081 has been a hell of a year for St. Louis, Missouri. An astral anomaly left a 2-mile radius around downtown a toxic hellscape, and the residents have been left to pick up the pieces, but the hits just keep on coming. At the center of it all are the Glitches, a Shadowrunning team made up of Bianca the Face, aka Eris, Val the Technomancer, aka Binary, Joe the Muscle, aka Collateral, and Jet the Sneak Thief, aka, well, Jet. Some of us are better than others at sticking to a code name. The girls attempt to navigate the criminal elements of the St. Louis streets, all while looking out for themselves, each other, and the people they love.
If you want more of the Glitches, feel free to drop into the Gamers Table Discord or check us out on the socials at Resting Glitchface. You can find us on all major podcatchers or check out our Patreon. Thanks for listening.
All right, you guys, are you all set? Is everybody happy and ready to resolve this great meeting that we're having? Setting the stage once again and getting everybody back into the swing of things. We were all in the conspiracy corner. Everybody's been called in. There's phone calls that kept coming in repeatedly for Bear and Spider. Bear liked to say it was the noodle shop trying to call him back about his favorite order. And then it turns out that it wasn't the noodle shop at all. It was the FBI, who we haven't heard from in a while. It looks like they're coming back to ask some questions. And as soon as Amaging and Ghost heard those 3 lovely letters, in walks the rover drone into the conference room, gun mouth already. And that's where we'll pick up. Jump right on in, whoever wants to start.
So you guys are informing on us?
Nope, please don't shoot me. Please do not shoot me. Power down, please. I can explain.
I don't want to hear it. I'm ready to just kill everybody in here. I can't go to prison. I can't do that.
Just calm down, Ghost. As much as I would love to see you tear them apart right now, we kind of maybe owe them a little bit of explaining.
I don't know them, Drek. I don't know what you're talking about.
Whoa. Otto just jumps up. I don't know anything about this. This has nothing to do with me. I have a son that I need to worry about. I don't know anything about a federal agency, so you should just let me just walk right out that door. I haven't been around long enough to be part of that. How's that sound? Sounds pretty safe to me.
Yeah, Otto, go ahead. Get out of here.
Otto just keeps his hands up and just sidesteps out of the room really slowly, giving thumbs up to Barrett Spider, and then he just walks out the door, and you hear the sound of his feet quickly moving down the hallway.
I suggest you guys explain yourself now.
Yep, totally gonna do that. Definitely on the agenda. Okay. And Spider, feel free to jump in because I'm a little nervous. That dog is one of the few dogs that I don't think is a very good boy right now. Okay, so did not want to work with the FBI. Did not. Kind of got strong-armed into it. Not our choice. In fact, I pulled a gun on them when we first met them. You can check this, Amaging. Definitely pulled a gun on the guy. But they wanted to help with the Mr. Gray situation, and it was when we were hunting down Doolin, and we couldn't find him. That's when they approached us, and they kind of had us by the bollocks. So didn't really have too much of a choice. Didn't see an alternative. You and I weren't on the best of terms, so we didn't have a lot of support protecting ourselves from the multiple rocket attacks. We have not informed on anyone. No one here is going to prison.
Yeah.
You have my word. No one's going to prison. That is actually, so we've done a quid pro quo. Is that the term? Yes, that with the FBI. Okay. They did us a solid. We did them a solid. They're calling back because they probably want Spider and I to do something else for them. But now that we're on an even footing with those guys, we have some leverage to negotiate. One thing that's going to happen is they're not going to set foot in here. They're not going to surveil us, none of that, or we're gone.
I don't know how you could possibly know that. Amazing, we should just kill these guys and drop them down a manhole.
I'm walking over to Bear and I'm mind probing him.
So Bear, as his hands kind of press onto the sides of your head, you feel the sharp, intangible object just pierce into the center of your mind. It's like somebody's digging down into your brain. What's the forefront memory in your mind?
Glad to be home, and that all of our friends are in one place and on the same page and working together as a team again.
Okay. What are your thoughts on the FBI?
Hate them. Absolutely hate them. Don't like the circumstances under which we started working for them, but didn't see another alternative. And definitely going to get them by the bollocks so that this place is protected.
Amazing. While you're rooting around in his memories because he's not resisting you at all, one of them that comes to mind is the showdown of how they were originally approached by the FBI, and pistols were drawn and pointed at faces. From that, you can get from the memory playback that they were told, hey, you can do stuff for us or we can raid your entire compound.
Do I recognize anybody in this flashback?
No, you don't recognize anybody in the initial conference room. At the end, you'll recognize the man that walks into the conference room that's supposed to be their agent that they're liaising with. And that is a familiar face to you.
Ghost, you're not going to need him anymore. You're not going to need your dog. He's telling us the truth.
I still think we should just kill him and dump him somewhere.
No,
That's the safest plan.
I think we'll have more problems if we do that with the FBI.
Yeah, maybe you will. I could just dip.
If I may point out, the FBI already knew where we were when they came after us. So I don't know how long they've been watching us. I mean, you can kill us if you want to. I won't stop you. But they knew before they almost killed me. So getting rid of us at this point is not really gonna help your situation.
Well, how do we know that when they're done with you guys, they're not just gonna bust us all?
We're not technically doing anything illegal at this compound.
I don't know about all that. Have you seen what I have downstairs in the garage?
Nope. Plausible deniability. I don't even go in the garage anymore.
Okay, so you haven't been doing anything illegal. We did just gas an entire building. I mean, there's that.
This is, the book. The book, I can maybe understand that a little bit, but the FBI, that kind of affects everything here. It affects us because, we have been kind of doing some not so legal stuff that the FBI would probably frown upon. And again, this is why we need to communicate, especially about things like that. Kind of important to know if we have the FBI knowing our location.
All right, look, hang on a second. Hypothetically, if I wasn't to just kill everybody in this room and then leave, what's the out?
Well, if I recall correctly, and I'll kind of be clutching my skull, my plan was to negotiate pardons for any past crimes in return for our support with what they've got going on, because they want to bring down these mobsters and Mr. Gray as well, because Mr. Gray has done way worse stuff than we have. It's kind of like a lesser of two evils thing. He shot a rocket into a downtown high-rise and blew up a mental asylum. Like, I think they'd be willing to work for us, or work with us, and then like kind of overlook our past crimes. Like, we can negotiate for immunity if we help them out and bring them down. Just like any other pay job. Like, is it really that much worse than working for the weirdo clown guy?
Yes. 100 times worse.
I'm gonna pour myself a big drink. Anyway, Amaging, you saw that I'm not lying to you. My intentions were good.
Intentions
I
are
didn't
not
do anything to hurt anyone.
You still hid this very important information from us. No matter
Yeah,
what was
because-
going on with any of us, whether we were on bad terms or not, this is something that should have been brought to the group. This does affect all of us. You want to protect Asgard? You want to keep everyone safe here? All of us being in the loop would have been the move to make, instead of keeping it to yourself. What if something would have happened to you and we had no idea about the FBI? We just have them knocking on our door because you two are out of the picture. What if the book took you guys? And
Wasn't
none of
gonna
us would have
happen.
known about this.
Nope.
You're right. It
Everything
didn't
was fine.
happen because we worked together.
Yeah.
We took care of that. We could have taken care of this.
If we'd been working together, the FBI still would have approached us, but they would have kicked in the door. They approached us separately because we were sort of alienated and on the run at the time and not even at Asgard, so it was safe for them to approach us.
From the looks of it, it was you were caught trespassing at Doolin's, and you just kind of happened to be a person of interest.
Which means they were watching it.
Yeah.
And they were watching the spooky building. And they probably have a drone right now. Outside.
I'll spin up my eyeball drone and go take a look.
I don't know how they found us. I don't know why they wanted us, other than the fact that we've got history with Dorian and he's connected with the mob. I'm sure they have a dossier on you because you used to be connected with that somehow. And we decided to play ball to protect everyone here. I know you don't like it, but that's the truth.
Hey, Amaging, can I talk to you real quick?
Yeah, you two should leave the room. I'm just gonna stare daggers into Bear and Spider both.
If you want to have results from your spider drone just doing like a quick fly around, you can roll its sensors. Airspace looks clear.
Alright, well, everything looks clear outside. I don't see any other drones. Let me talk to Amaging real fast. And then as they leave, I'll have the rover drone follow.
Bear and Spider, you just have the rover following you around wherever you go.
I mean, I just ignore it. If someone's, I mean, I've already been shot once. Like, if this, Left for Dead, like, this is just, my life is coming full circle. It's fine. Whatever.
Alright, so, Amaging, maybe the best thing here is to play ball for now, and then afterwards we can just kill this agent after we find out what he knows. This might be like a real off-the-books kind of thing. Who knows? But we won't find out what this guy actually knows about us and how far it's gone until we figure out who he is and we can look into him a little bit.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. We gotta keep those two around for now.
That seems like the right call to me, you think?
Yeah. There's no need for violence here right now. Later there's gonna be a need for it. But now we can hold off on that.
All right. Then I'll call them back in through the rover drone.
Kind of have a little choice in what to do here right now. You two are gonna need to find out what they know about us. Plain and simple. And then anything they tell you, we need to know about. We need to keep this line of communication open. We can't have what we just had again, or this again. What does your noodle shop want?
Hang on. I've got like 17 voicemails, and I'll pull up and just listen to the most recent one.
It's again just Kevin. Call immediately.
Give me a minute, guys. Everybody stay quiet, and I'll call him back.
It goes through a couple rings, and then finally the phone picks up.
Hey, Noodle Guy, what's going on?
I don't know who Noodle Guy is, but obviously you know who this is. You finally thought it was a good idea to check your voicemail.
I was busy. I took a couple days off actually, and then had to do some pay work. Got to keep the lights on.
Right. Well, things are getting busy over here as well.
Hey, so problem, or actually, no, not problem. Opportunity. We need to meet in person.
Why?
And discuss some things. Because we do.
Well, that's convenient because I need to meet you in person to give you some information.
Neat. Send me a location.
We'll meet at the coffee shop as usual.
We'll head that way.
All right, he'll be there. He says he'll be there waiting.
I'll relay that to Ghost and Amaging if they want to tag along and surveil.
Yeah, I'm gonna follow and try to get some pictures of this dude. See if I
Okay.
can hear the conversation.
I'll just wear a wire, man. Isn't that what they call it?
I don't do that. I can just I can hear it through the glass. I got a really good microphone on my drone.
Okay, good.
Is anybody staying behind? Is Amaging coming too, or are you staying?
Oh, I'm 100% coming. I'm not staying here.
Okay. As we walk out, I would like to remind everybody that all of those bugs I cleared out of the compound over the last couple days that we didn't find until, just saying, they probably already know a lot more than you think we do. Just gonna toss that out there. Also, I could teach somebody else how to do it, but we don't know how long those bugs were there. Just a reminder.
That's very fair. Yeah. Once you guys get to the designated spot, coffee shop, who's going in?
Kevin has definitely seen me before.
Yeah, he has.
Yeah, Kevin has definitely seen me before. I'm not going in there.
Okay. I mean, Bear Spider, you see your contact. He's calmly sitting at a table.
Just sit down and greet him like we're buddies.
Yeah, I'm not your friend.
Yeah, I was trying not to arouse suspicion.
Yes, in this very, very crowded coffee shop.
Is something going around? Do you have a cold? The flu?
Yes, I have a problem.
So do I.
Well, that's great because you're going to fix my problem.
You're going to fix mine.
Well, if you want what we what you asked for in the beginning, then you'll do mine.
Just stay away from Asgard, stay away from my friends, and when we're done, we're done.
Hey, that's all on you. Don't make us come there. Any other threats you want to send out?
Wasn't threatening. Consider it more a firm request.
Request considered. There you go. That's the best you'll get.
That'll have to do for now. What do you want?
Wow, here you go. Hands you a manila folder that's tied up.
Oh God, we're doing this like not even a chip.
Nope. Don't open that here. Take it home with you. Look it over. And then give me a call with a yes, I would love to do this for you response. Anything else? And well, I can't guarantee that the dogs won't come barking. Have a lovely day. And then he just sips his coffee and kind of leans back in his chair a little bit. He seems very pleased with himself. Ghost, you easily pick all of that up. The glass isn't rated to resist. There's no electronic countermeasures in the coffee shop, so not really a whole lot you have to worry about. So there you go. You have an old school manila envelope, huh?
I think the mystery novels that I used to read referred to this as a dossier. And as I'm walking back to rendezvous with those guys, I'll just tuck it in my jacket.
Okay.
I need some sunglasses or something if we keep doing this.
A big trench coat, maybe?
Yeah. Wide brim hat, pack of smokes.
Change your code name to Red Fox.
I guess head back to Asgard and see what's on this.
I am not heading back to Asgard.
Where are you going?
Staying right here until he leaves.
Oh, you're going to follow him. Okay.
Yes, I am.
You make it back to Asgard. I assume you're going to the lovely conspiracy corner.
Quick question. Amaging, are you coming back to review the documents with us, or are you sticking with Ghost?
No, I'm going with you.
All right, so the three of you are in the conspiracy corner. Are you erasing the whiteboard that you had for all of the blue chip stuff now that that's kind of over?
We've got backup pictures. We can put it back up if we need to.
Or are you just going to flip the whiteboard over? One conspiracy on one side and one on the other.
Yeah, do we have any more push pins and red yarn?
You have so many push pins and red yarn. Like, you're stocked. You're ready to go.
All right. I'm gonna set myself a little note in the corner. Talk to Ravens. Underline it. Okay, let's get this out of the way. And I'll pull out the stuff in the folder.
Sure. There's a lovely little chip that was slipped inside the folder as well that just says "Play Me" on it, along with a bunch of photos and some dossiers.
All right, Spider, you want to work on the chip and we'll start going through the paper? See what's on the chip?
Looks like you would just plug it into a TRID player.
Yeah, I'm not going to do that until I sweep the room for bugs one more time.
You can find 2 listening devices.
Do they look the same as the ones I grabbed out of here the last time I swept it for bugs, or do these look different?
They're different.
I will pull them out. I assume one of them is like under the table, so I like yank it out.
Okay.
Hold it up like this, you know? It'll show the second one. Carry them out of the room. I'm going to go put them in my room.
Okay.
Not going to turn them off or destroy them this time. I'm just going to put them in my room.
All right. You have 2 listening devices. Are you playing the little TRID video?
Yes, I'll pull the video up now.
Sure. It is of Kevin, who's kind of standing in just like a nondescript interrogation room, it looks like. And he's just going to immediately start going over the information that was left in the dossier.
It's a good thing you're playing this. It means that you are definitely considering doing what I asked you to do, which would be a first. And I appreciate the heck out of that. But, of course, you know the deal that's on the table. Inside the envelope, you should find you'll find 3 dossiers. One of them is for one of the targets of interest that has decided to come to us. One Mario Colasso. Apparently he wants to cut a deal against his boss after some jobs have gone sideways and they've been losing men. So he's starting to fear for his own life. Because of that, he's approached us and is offering us intel. However, he won't give up the goods unless we do something for him. And I thought, who better to take care of this than career criminals? So, with that being said, Mario would like his girlfriend. She is currently under the employ, and I use the term loosely here, of one Yakuza organization. Her name is Ginger, or that is the name that she goes by. She's currently working at the Black and White Club in the Tacoma area. Simple. You guys should be able to handle this. All we need to do is put Ginger and Mario together. As soon as that happens, Mario said that he would start singing like a canary and giving us a bunch of much needed information so we can continue to build this case against Mr. Esposito. And once we take Mr. Esposito, that just is another link in going up the line of chain to take out the Dons. So, you'd be doing us a very small favor, and in return, this will help in making sure that the deal that you had talked about beforehand becomes a little more permanent. That is, if you still want it. If you don't want it and don't want to do this, then unfortunately we may have to resort to other means, which I would like to not do, as that would reveal our hand, and then so many different things will have to happen. If you have any questions, most of the information that you should need is in the dossier. Otherwise, you know how to get into contact with me. There isn't a time frame on this, but sooner would be better than later. The sooner we can get Mario talking, the sooner we can move forward with the investigation. Good luck.
So the three dossiers that you have one on Mario Colasso, a troll enforcer that happens to work for one Mr. Esposito, aka Vinny the Virus, who runs a small little nightclub that you have been to. Apparently Mario is part of Esposito's inner circle and is therefore privy to some important information that the FBI would like. It would definitely help them in their case. The next dossier they have is much lighter than the Mario dossier. This one details the girlfriend, whose name is Ginger. She is in the employ, again, air quotes, of the Yakuza, working at the Black and White Club, which is not only a club, but also a brothel. It is a pretty upscale joint, especially for Tacoma standards, but it is a Yakuza hotspot. However you want to acquire her is completely left up to you. There were no stipulations given. The only thing that you have to worry about is the guy who is in charge of the Black and White Club.
Is that the third dossier?
Yeah.
Going all the way back, does this guy look familiar? Because we've had confrontations with Yakuza before.
No, this guy doesn't look familiar.
Okay, not that guy. Okay, good.
No. This dossier details one Johnny the Blade. Johnny the Blade is fairly high up in the Yakuza organization. He is completely in charge of the Black and White Club. Those are all his guys, his product. Everything that moves in and out of there is all through his say so and okay. He is on the watch list because it's organized crime. However, that is not the target for you guys to worry about. Just avoid getting on Johnny's bad side, as he has the nasty habit of capturing anybody that crosses him and then, after torturing them with bladed instruments, disembowels them and then puts them on display. The only major issue that you might run into is that Ginger may not want to come willingly.
You do realize I'm not going to let the FBI take Esposito, right? Esposito is going to die. So is Mario, in fact. I don't care what the FBI wants to do with him. They can get whatever information he wants after I pull it out of his head.
Not a problem for me, buddy. I am not married to the idea of either of them walking away. I'm good with that. And actually, that was one of my stipulations, is that if any of the mob guys or Dorian should find themselves unalived and maybe drop to the bottom of the Puget Sound, that they were going to look the other way. So I think we're good there.
Okay, well, you guys are working and deciding on that. Ghost, where are you headed after a white van pulls up maybe 15 and 20 minutes after they leave, and this individual from the coffee shop that they were meeting walks outside, slides the panel, and jumps in?
I'm going to follow him with the drone and just stay like half a mile back.
Okay.
Take a picture of the license plate, get pictures of him.
Sure. So they end up driving all the way down to the Fort Lewis district.
Okay.
And then they pull in behind this rundown looking diner, and it looks like there's hotels or apartments that are above it, and the van pulls into a mostly vacant lot. There's only maybe 2 or 3 other cars that are there.
Is there a trash dump across the street from the diner?
No, it is not that diner. It is not the trash heap. I know. So sad.
Okay, so they just go into the apartment?
Yeah, they pull in, and then 3 of them get out and go into the apartment.
All right, I'll find a discreet place to park, and then I'm just going to keep watching and see if I can get anything through the glass in the apartment with the sensor or the microphone.
I will sort of assemble the lieutenants, I guess, because they looked pretty banged up last time, and I didn't get a chance to give them the attention that they deserve.
So you've got 2 of them.
All right, boys. What's the situation? We've been working for a creepy clown man, and I have not had time to see to the daily operating stuff around here. So, like, what's the haps?
Where do you want to start?
Full report.
Okay, well, the gang front is lowered down in and around the area. There's only small roving gangs here and there that could pose any type of immediate threat to Asgard. The Firewatch team training facility that is close by has vacated completely. There's nobody left in there. They've all gone someplace else. We have no idea where.
Good so far.
Other than that, there's no other major disturbances to report other than the occasional scuffle here and there, squatters. Most people have learned to steer clear of the Asgard compound, so we have some breathing room in the Barrens now.
And we're sort of a positive influence, one might say. We're keeping out the really bad guys. making a safe place.
Yes, Asgard is safe.
Yeah, good. Tell me about this canister of poison gas.
What?
Yeah, we have a canister of gas that's missing.
That sounds like a you problem.
Nope, it's a you guys problem because I've got intelligence reports that it was taken by our ravens. So unless there's a spy amongst us, I'm going to need you guys to find that.
You want us to find missing poison gas
Mm-hmm.
that
Yep.
you all lost.
Was stolen by someone who looked like you guys.
I don't know if you've looked at us before, but 90% of the people in this compound look like you guys.
I'm saying the ravens, like, looked like an official person of Asgard, man.
I don't know what to tell you about that. Maybe you should talk to your lieutenant guards. Maybe they dropped the ball on this one.
Yeah. All right. If you see anything, that could be very dangerous if it's an enemy of ours and they dump that stuff in the middle of the compound. Lots of people are going to die.
Then why did you keep it here in the first place?
Wasn't my guess.
Well, seems like it was somebody's gas.
Yeah. When Ghost gets back, you know, the scary robot guy.
Yeah, we don't talk to him.
Yeah, you're going to, because he's got more information about the gas, and maybe he can give you some video on who actually took it, because I'm sure he's got cameras and drones all over the garage.
I don't exactly know what you want us to do with video footage.
You can be on the lookout for the guy.
Oh, okay. I'll be on the lookout for quote-unquote man in tattered rags. Would you like me to bring in the entire Barrens to you, one person at a time?
I mean, once we're done with this next job, I will interrogate everyone if I have to. I'd rather not, because we're trying to be like family friendly around here. But if I don't have an alternative, that's what we're going with. Anyway, just talk to Ghost when he gets back. I know he's a little scary. Just tell him you want to help find the gas. And I'd like to slide them some new yen as a bonus for their hard work.
They'll take it.
Thank you, gentlemen. And then I'm gonna call the armband guys.
Some of the lieutenant guards.
Yeah.
Okay. You can get,
Alrighty, boys.
You can get 4 or 5 of them in the room.
Alrighty, boys. We've got a serious security problem here. A canister of poison gas has gone missing.
Again,
Was
shock
stolen.
and awe that there's poison gas within the walls of Asgard.
Yeah, I know. There's a lot of stuff within the walls of Asgard that I'm sure most people would not want to know about. Anyway, we need to find it. It was stolen by presumably an infiltrator. I thought maybe the Ravens were doing some creepy Raven stuff on their own, but we need to find it. So I want you guys to talk to Ghost when he gets back, see what, if any, video footage he has of the person involved, and I want them brought to me if they can be found, because if this stuff gets out inside the compound, a lot of people are going to die in extremely horrible fashion. This is priority 1.
Couple things. You run an outreach compound that you allow most of the homeless and squatters of the Barrens to come in to form a community with no stipulations on who can or cannot come in and out of the compound.
Mm-hmm.
We are
we're going to fix that.
We are specifically here to make sure that you guys are safe and your rooms aren't touched. Anything else that happens isn't their problem unless there's an actual assault on the compound happening. Is what they said.
Yeah.
What we've been told and the way that we've been operating. If you want us to actually police everybody in here, you're going to need more of us.
Did you guys... Okay, so if we increase your resource allocation, are there some trustworthy people you've seen around the compound that you might be able to recruit?
That's going to take a while to figure out. Because now we'd be looking into new people that weren't originally from the first location.
Yeah. What about the motorcycle gang guys? Do you guys think that maybe we could
they're their own
get
thing,
them?
And you have them out in the Barrens making sure that they're taking up territory so that other large gangs can't move in to kind of rival what you've already established here. So they're already doing what they're doing.
Yeah, I'm thinking temporarily we could bolster your ranks with a few of them. Not many, but they'd have maybe their own equipment, stuff like that, and we just temporarily bolster our ranks with some of them. Anyway, I'm spitballing here. Ask around, talk to ghosts, see if we can, what we can find on this guy, and we're going to work up a new immigration policy for Asgard so that this kind of thing doesn't happen again.
Sure, whatever you say. Anything else?
That's all, gentlemen, and I'll slide them a couple new yen as well. Thanks for all your hard work.
Again, they take it and leave. That's what you got for your report. So yes, there is your briefing with both of the leaders of the Ravens and your personal guards, or guards of Asgard. Never really gave them a name. What would you like to do after you handle that?
I would probably just be reading over the information in the conspiracy corner. If Amaging's still there, I would ask him if he knows Mario, because I already know a little bit about his connection to the restaurant from way back all those episodes ago. But if he didn't stay, I won't press. I won't go chase him down. So
I'm literally going and putting on my out of date Trey Chic suit, and then I'm going on reconnaissance.
Oh, where are we headed?
The Black and White Club.
Oh, okay.
I'll also shoot a message to Ghost that hey, going on surveillance for some Benny stuff, and I'll give him the coordinates to the Black and White Club.
Okay.
So you get a text back that says neat.
Fantastic. All right. It takes you a little bit to get over into the Tacoma area, but you can find the Black and White Club. By the time you get there in the early evening, there's already a line forming at the door. It's a decent sized building. It has the white phosphorescent lights kind of going around the door. It makes it look like the entrance is you're walking into a bow tie. And both the bouncers at the door are wearing very nice black and white suits. As in, half black, half white.
So I just see the two guards out front.
Yeah, and the line of patrons that's forming at the door.
All right, I'm literally in the battle wagon right now, and I'm parking down the street away from the place. That's the only freaking car we have right now.
You could take public transportation.
No, I ain't got time for that.
I'm just pointing it out. That's all I'm doing.
And then I want to park down the street out of the view of majority of people that I can, and I'm jumping into the Astral.
The lower part of the club is open. The only part that's warded is the top.
Like a VIP section, or
the very top of the club is warded. The whole floor.
I'm gonna take note of any entrances that I can find. How many people are walking about, in the not heavily populated areas?
I mean, in the side streets and alleys type deal.
Mm-hmm.
You've got the occasional person that you can come across. I mean, and the devil rats, of course, while you're looking in the Astral, but it's pretty quiet. There is a back entrance to the club, and like a loading bay area where food trucks would come in to replenish or drop-offs would be made. And there's like a little loading dock area at the back and a back entrance. There are 2 guards that are back there as well.
Take a note of all of this to bring back to everybody.
Sure.
All right, flying back to my body, and then I'm jumping in line.
You're gonna jump in line, or you're gonna try to go to the front of the line?
So I want to find like a group of because listen, you got to get ladies to get into clubs like this. So I'm gonna get a group of ladies and tell, hey, listen, I just got a huge bonus at work. I'm paying for all your drinks tonight.
Drinks are on me, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Roll etiquette. They kind of turn and talk to themselves and look at you. Takes a couple seconds of them kind of eyeing you up, and then they'll pull you into their group. One of them will grab one arm, and one of them will grab the other arm. You guys eventually make your way up to the front entrance with the two guards. One of them comes over and wands each one of you. No weapons. Leave your weapons here.
It's a club. Why would I bring weapons to such a fine establishment?
2 of the girls take out knives from their clutches and hand them over to the bouncer. And then you're led inside. The first thing that you'll probably notice is how bright it is in there. The walls are white, the floor is white, black and white checkered, and the ceiling is white. All the light fixtures, white light everywhere. So it's very bright, and it's very easy to pick out who probably works here because they're wearing the same black and white tuxedo combination. Everybody else that's never been here before really stands out because color just pops on the white backgrounds. There's a decent sized dance floor. There's 2 bars. There's an island bar in the middle of the dance floor. There's a large bar at the back of the club, and there's 2 spiral staircases that go up to the next floor, and they're located on either left or right side of the building. Sorry, there's little booths and tables here and there scattered around the dance floor.
In the dossier, was there any mention of what Ginger's job was here?
Ginger's job is an entertainer.
I can only imagine what that means.
That's a very broad subject matter for her to cover. You do know that the Black and White Club is not just a club, but is also a brothel. So, your guess is as good as anybody else's where Ginger could be. You also know that she might not want to come willingly. If you want to roll any kind of underworld knowledge, mob knowledge, if you have Yakuza knowledge, you get a bonus. With it being a brothel and a club, and her not wanting to come willingly, she could be one of the working girls that works at this club and maybe under contract to the Yakuza, which would make things very difficult.
And under contract, like it's like kind of a, hey, work off this debt kind of thing?
Yes. The Yakuza is very big on people working debts off to them because that's free labor for them, technically. You can see at the top of each of the spiral staircase sets that there are, again, 2 more guards posted at each one. And there's a nice black velvet rope that is at the top of the stairs.
All right, do my escorts know anything about this place?
They're dragging you up to the bar at the back. They would like drinks, and then they want to hit the dance floor.
All right, there we go.
Okay, buying everybody in your party drinks.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, 100 new yen.
Damn, shit's pricey around here.
Yes, it is.
God damn.
And then they're gonna drag you out onto the dance floor, do some dancing.
No, you enjoy yourself, girls. I'm just here to relax for a little bit.
They hope to find you up at the bar when they're done dancing for more drinks.
Yeah, more drinks. Yeah. All right. As I slip into the crowd, I'm gonna go into the bathroom and I'm plugging in my phone into my data jack, and I'm gonna start like recording the area, like recording the where the guards are, pretty much as much as I can.
So once you're inside, it looks like the main floor of the club, like the bar and the dance floor, is completely open to the public. No restrictions, no guards, other than, I mean, you can't see back past the bar at the back. There are two kind of double doors that will swing open, and it looks like it looks into a back storage area where they might put the overstock for the bar or extra tables and chairs, stuff like that. You can't really see back there. Other than the 6 guards that you have noticed so far, the 2 at the door to get in, and then 2 at the top of each staircase. Other than that, I haven't seen anybody else that looks like they're a guard. All of the bartenders that are working, and they have 3 that are working in the island bar, and then there are also 3 that work the back bar. They all wear black pants, white pressed button-down shirt, black suspenders, and their sleeves are all rolled up to their elbows.
I'm talking to the bartender.
You want another round of what you had before, or what's the deal?
No,
make it snappy. I got lots of people.
I was actually wondering what's up there. It seems like that's where the real party's at. I'll gesture towards the stairs.
well, sir, if you're feeling like an extra good time, why don't you take a walk up the stairs and find out for yourself?
Oh, so anyone can just go up there?
Best way to find out is to do it yourself.
I'll shoot him a tip of 50 new yen and then going up the stairs.
Have yourself a good night, sir.
Oh, I intend to.
You head on up the stairs. There are 2 more bouncers that you encounter up here that stop you. Gesture for you, raise your arms. They rescan. The scanner goes off. You have cyberware?
Yeah, just some light headwear.
What is it?
Tell me just some cyber eyes, data jack, chip jack.
Unplug anything that you have from your data jack.
I'll unplug.
Do not replug. Do not take any kind of pictures, videos, no unsolicited marketing. There's no recording beyond this rope. Do you understand?
I got you, Chummer.
If you're caught recording beyond this rope, you will be asked to leave. You will be removed from the premises. Do you understand? They then unlink the black velvet rope and gesture for you to walk beyond the curtain that is just past them. The stark difference between walking beyond the curtain and what you were just in front of downstairs. This room that you walk into looks to be a large lobby, just like downstairs. Not as large, obviously. There's no dance floor. There's 2 bars. It's mostly a lounge area up here. There are people smoking and talking. The floor is all a black shag carpet. The walls are painted black. The ceiling is painted black. There are accents of white here and there for like wall divisions and things like that. And there are 2 stark white curtains to the left and right. And in between the 2 bars and set in between those 2 curtains is a rounded desk. And there's a person standing behind that desk. It looks like there are a bunch of keys, like old-fashioned keys, hanging on the wall behind him. He also is in the black suspenders, black pants, white button down.
A quick glance around the room. Can I spot Ginger here?
Does not look like Ginger is in this room. In fact, most of this room is filled with men. There are some women, but I'm saying a majority are men.
And they're not in like the the color scheme of this room, like dressed up?
Mm-mm. The only other thing notable about the guy that's standing behind the circular desk is you can see down both his arms are brightly colored tattoos. And he's just calmly waiting. Sometimes a patron will go up to them. They'll have a discussion for a little bit. It looks like there's an exchange of new yen. That person is handed a key and then gestured to one of the side curtains.
I'm gonna walk up to that guy and was there like a her name's just Ginger? That's what she's known as.
That's what she's known as. That's what it says on the dossier.
All right. Well, I'll walk up to the guy with all the keys and
yeah,
just kind of like plant my arms down, and be like, hey, all right, listen. A couple friends told me about this place. This is my first time. I'm really excited. They recommended. Her name's Ginger. Says one of the best times they've ever had. Is she available right now?
Guy kind of scoots back away from the desk. It looks like he pulls something down behind the desk and glances at it. I'm sorry, sir, but Ginger is currently occupied. If you would like to wait in the lobby, I'm sure that she will free up to be able to entertain you shortly.
All right, I'm gonna wait.
Good day. And then he just gestures for the next guy behind you, and they have a conversation. New yen exchange, gives a key, walks through a curtain.
He's walking through a curtain. Damn. Okay.
How long are you gonna wait?
I'll give it like a half an hour.
Half an hour? Half an hour goes by. Still nothing. People have filtered in and out. Some of the people that you've seen go through the white curtains have come back out.
Trying to figure out what room she's in.
And they just leave and go down, back down the spiral stairs. Another 20-ish minutes. And the guy behind the desk is staring intently at you.
I'm gonna get up, brush off my suit. I'm gonna act like all giddy and excited.
It appears Ginger has finished up with her current client. Are you absolutely sure this is who you wish to spend your time with?
Yes, my friend said she's the best.
Of course. And what services are you looking for this evening?
Their menu?
Sir, we're a high-class establishment. Generally, the people that come here know what they want. So, I ask again. What services are you looking for this evening? The guy is waiting patiently behind his desk, wanting to know what services you would like. You're not quite sure what to ask for here. Obviously, this is way out of your wheelhouse. This is not something you normally do. When in doubt, though, you're at a Japanese establishment. Why not go in for a massage?
Oh, well, I'm just looking for a massage for the first time.
Yes, of course. Absolutely, sir. I will book you for 1 hour. Is that an appropriate amount of time?
Yes, that sounds great.
Excellent. I am informing Ginger at the moment. Very well. For 1 hour, that will be 1,000 new yen.
All right, holding out the cred stick, and
he'll have you just slotted into the desk directly. Deducts the funds. He turns around, grabs a key, hands it to you.
Is there a number on the key?
There is a number on the key.
All right.
Please go through the left curtain. Enjoy your stay, sir. As soon as you walk through the white curtain that is there, again, still like a black hallway, black carpet, black hallway, all the doors are white. The number on the door that you are trying to get to is 12. Just down the hallway, you eventually find it.
Unlocking the door and going through.
Okay. This is where the mood changes a little bit. It is no longer a black and white room. There's actually some color. The first thing you'll notice is the sweet smell of jasmine as you walk into the room. Kind of just hits your nostrils as not the acidic the acidic smell of the city that you're used to. It's just this scent of jasmine that hits you. There's soft music playing in the background. It feels very relaxing. Inside this room there's a bed that you can see a folding screen has been placed in front of it. You can kind of see that there's a bed there, and then sitting out in the main area of the room, there's a massage table that has already been set up with a side table next to it with towels and oils. And as soon as the door automatically closes behind you, you can hear a voice from behind the folding screen that sounds very sweet and much more feminine than my voice actually sounds. You just hear this person from behind the folding screen. Please make yourself comfortable and disrobe to your comfort level.
All right, now we're leaving the undies on and getting on the table.
You can feel a warm towel is placed over the small of your back, covering down to the just above the knee, is as much as you're covered. Is there, and again you hear the sweet voice, is there a specific area that you would like me to focus on?
It's really just all over.
Okay. And then at the end of the hour, the massage stops. She says that your time is up. If you would like to spend more time or receive any other type of services that are offered by the establishment, to please see the man at the front desk.
Well, what's the policy on meeting after hours? I can make it worth your while. I had such a great time here, but I don't know, this place just it doesn't feel right, you know?
You're very sweet, but if you want to spend more time with me, this is how it has to be.
I'm gonna flash the New Union cred stick that I have for 100K, but I can really make it worth your while.
Please see the man at the front desk. It almost seems, well, roll your perception when you flash the cash and she gives you that response. It almost seems completely rehearsed and like a natural reflex. So are you going to try and stay in the room as hear the lock disengage, or do you want to leave? That's another thing too that you'll notice. The door, when it closes, locks. And there is no lock on the inside that you can unlock.
Can I glance around the room? Is there does it look like this room is stayed in?
Yeah.
Like she lives here?
Well, maybe. You can't really tell. There is another door in the room that is closed. You can't see beyond it. But there's no way to tell without knowing what's beyond that door.
I want to go pay for another hour, get another massage for another hour, and then I'm just gonna tell her, okay, hey, for this one, I'm really gonna relax, and I'm kind of tired. I'm gonna take a little bit of a nap. Is that okay?
That's fine.
All right, and we're jumping into the astral.
Okay. What do you wanna do? You're in the astral, back in the room.
First I'm going into that back room there to take a look around.
Sure. It looks like this is the actual apartment.
Okay.
Like where they live. There's a little kitchen. It's a very small apartment, but
is there windows?
There are no windows.
Oh, God, what a sad existence. All right, I'm gonna fly through the rest of this floor as well and try to look around with what I can.
Okay. It's a lot of the same. Like, each room is designed relatively the same. Small, minimalist space that they would need to live in, and then a slightly more luxurious space where the work is set up. But all the rooms are basically the same, aside from maybe what somebody would put in them to spruce them up or spice them up.
Okay. Yeah, after looking through a couple rooms, I'm going back to my body.
Okay.
And then I don't know how much time has passed. Probably not much, but I'm gonna like wake up and okay. I need to go. Thank you so much. This has been really, really wonderful. Thank you for your time. I'm gonna be back.
When you do that, she seems upset and immediately starts asking you if she did anything wrong.
No, it was great. Do I leave a review?
Are you sure I didn't do anything? I didn't do anything wrong? There's nothing. You're happy with your service?
I'm 100% happy. Thank you. It was an amazing experience. And like I said, I will be back, and I'll recommend it to all my friends.
She heads over to where the door is. Now that you can actually like sit up and get a decent look at her and everything. This just looks like a normal human girl. She does have the bright red hair, which is most likely why she is called Ginger. She is slightly better than average looking as well. But after you have that conversation, she walks over to the door, presses the intercom, and lets them know that the client would like to leave early as he is satisfied. And about 5 seconds after that is communicated, the lock on the door disengages. She steps away from the door and gestures for you to leave.
I'm gonna check all my stuff. I still have all my cred sticks. Everything's on it, right?
Yeah, hasn't been touched.
All right, and going back to Asgard.
Headed the whole way back to Asgard. Nothing happens. So nice, quiet ride back to Asgard. Ghost, how long are you gonna sit and stake out the FBI safe house?
Until he goes home.
Okay, he doesn't leave the entire evening. None of them do.
Okay. That's fine. How about tomorrow? They don't need me for this.
The next day, one of them leaves in the white van. It looks like they're going to get food from someplace.
Mm-hmm.
And then they come back and share it. Other than that, it's pretty uneventful. It's just them holding up in this room.
I'm just trying to figure out like where this dude lives. That's all.
Like where
Kevin lives.
Oh, where Kevin lives.
Yeah. So if I have to kill him later, I can.
Well, right now, it looks like he's not leaving the safe house.
All right. But I mean, am I getting any other conversations on the mic when he leaves?
You can hear somebody else talking every once in a while. I don't know. Have you talked to Doolin before? Then you can't place the voice.
But it's a third voice.
But there is another. Well, it'd be fourth because there's 3 agents and one other person. So yeah, there is another voice in there, but they never leave.
Like it's taking all of my willpower as a player to not just drop a mortar through the roof.
What are Bear and Spider doing after you've had that wonderful talk with your subordinates? And then on top of that, Amaging comes back with that information.
I'll ping Kevin and just let him know that obviously we're going to do the thing. And then I'll wait to talk to Amaging. Maybe tease him for smelling like jasmine and honeysuckle.
I mean, you immediately get the response back from Kevin going, of course, I didn't expect any other response. And then a good luck thumbs up.
So what do we think? Is this doable at all?
Are we all back together now?
Yeah, you'll come back.
I'm not.
The ghost isn't back.
Yeah.
Ghosted.
But yes, you'll come back to Spider and Bear.
Yeah, just as soon as I get back, I'm going to the conspiracy corner, plugging in my phone, playing the all the stuff, relaying the information about how she's definitely a prisoner there.
Is she physically restrained from leaving the premises in some way?
I would assume yes. Well, she lives there, so I doubt they're letting her leave. I tried to set up a private meet with her outside of the club, but
Spicy.
not like that.
All right. So we have to assume that, like, yes, okay, the armed guards are probably keeping her there, but have they, like, God, she could have like a cranial bomb or something.
We can just tell Mario we have her. He doesn't know.
Kevin's going to physically want her.
I don't care what Kevin wants.
I don't particularly either, actually, now that you mention it.
He's going to get his information no matter what.
I don't think Kevin cares one way or the other if that poor girl stays a slave there forever. Kevin just wants her to get information out of Mario. So why don't we just cut out the middleman, go get the information out of Mario, and give it to Kevin?
Or there's another way we can do this. I don't like
Look,
it, but
the going straight for Mario part is definitely the more risky of the two plans. So if we're skipping that, why don't I call and see if she can be hired?
Phone rings a few times, and eventually a voice picks up.
How can I help you?
I was wondering if I could talk to somebody about the possibility of hiring one of your girls for my birthday party.
Hold, please.
Off-site kind of thing, but I'm not sure if that's allowed.
Hold, please.
Then a few seconds, you're transferred. Some new voice picks up.
Hello. You wish to purchase services?
I do, yes. Specifically, because I had such a wonderful time with her last year on my birthday. Specifically, Ginger. Is she available to attend outside parties?
Yes.
Okay. Price range?
How long?
2 hours? No, make it 3.
5,000 new yen. A place will be supplied for you.
A place will be supplied for me. Okay.
When do you require this?
I'm gonna actually have to call you back. I do have to clear it with my husband. He spoils me, but anything over 2,000 needs an approval. So
Very well.
couple minutes. Okay, so yeah, for $5,000 we can totally get her for 3 hours, but they supply the place. And no, that's not negotiable. At least judging from the guy's tone of voice, it's not negotiable.
yeah, I'm stepping out of the room and I'm just all right. And I probably have him on speed dial. Press the button, call out.
It rings one time and then picks up.
Mr. Steele's phone, how can I help you?
Hi, Jeremy. It's Archer Steele's very, very good friend who would hate to miss this call.
Mr. Steele has very many friends. Perhaps you could be more specific?
Amaging.
I don't know of an Amaging. I don't believe Mr. Steele's ever spoken of you before. Maybe you're from his earlier work. Perhaps I could schedule an appointment for you sometime next month. Does that work for you, Mr. Amaging?
I would really hate for him to fire you again, Jeremy. I really would hate for that. If
Mr. Steele and I have a very welcoming and understanding, cordial relationship with one another. Also a very binding contract. So I'm very sure that he wouldn't fire me, especially for my services, since I'm handling all of his personal information while he takes this time to relax and center himself for this next important role that he is stepping into. So, Mr. Amaging, if you do not have pressing business, the earliest appointment that I can make for you is next month. How does that sound for you?
it's the most pressing of businesses. Just tell him I called, like, now.
Yes, of course, Mr. Amaging. I'll let Mr. Steele know that you called. He'll get back to you at his most earliest convenience.
I want to shoot this guy in the face so bad.
And then he ends it with
Namaste.
and then hangs up the phone.
Hey, everybody. Thanks so much for listening to the entire episode.
still kind of blown away that there are so many of you out there that enjoy our content enough to keep coming back every single week. We appreciate each and every one of you, and without you, none of this would be possible. So thank you all again. If you're an audio listener, maybe consider heading on over to our YouTube and just giving us a quick subscribe. It's one little click for you. Doesn't cost you anything, but it actually does a lot for us in terms of getting our stuff pushed out in the algorithm and being able to reach other Shadowrun fans that might not know about our content yet. Conversely, if you're a YouTube watcher, why don't you head on over to Spotify or your favorite podcasting platform and leave us a 5-star review. Same thing with the likes and subscribes over on YouTube. Those 5-star reviews are how the programs know to send our stuff out because other people might like it. So it takes just a moment, doesn't cost you anything, but it really does help us out a lot. It's a real great free way for you guys to support us. Speaking of our supporters, the top dogs in this are our patrons. You guys are amazing. Everybody out there that supports us on Patreon is 100% the lifeblood of this whole thing we're doing. This does cost a little bit of money. There are some bills involved, and you guys help us to get those bills paid every single month. So thank you very, very much from the bottom of our hearts to Crimson Gecko, Bear, the Rogue 404, Drekstorm, Tim, John, Tommy, Martin, Michael, Niles, Flatty1 Gaming, Manic, Sander, Winter, Jim, Austin, the musician, Shadow Dagger, Oliver, Ancient Relic, Rende, What the Dice, Dat Booty, Techno Druid, and Connor. We appreciate your support. Couldn't do it without y'all, so thank you again. If you are interested in supporting us on Patreon, it's only $5 a month. We try to keep it as cheap as possible to make sure that, you know, it's an affordable thing that you guys can do to help support the channel that's making the content you're enjoying. It really does go a long way. It helps us pay for the Zoom subscription that we got to use to record this stuff. It pays for our licensing for the music and the sound effects that we have going on in here, and a bunch of other things that are, you know, behind the scenes inside baseball. But it really does go a long way to helping us make sure we keep those bills paid so we can keep the content coming to you. If you're interested in supporting, some of the benefits that you can get is you get early access to all of the SINless episodes before they're edited. So you get all the dice rolling and the jokes and the behind the scenes banter that we cut out to make a nice smooth story for you guys. You'll get that over on Patreon. You'll be able to field questions for when we do our Worm Talk episodes. One of those is coming up real soon. We're about to record one this Saturday. So if you want to ask the cast specific questions, whether it's about Shadowrun or anything else, then you got to be a patron to do that. So half that episode will be coming out as a public release, but the other half is going to be a Patreon exclusive. So not only do you get to ask the questions, but you also get to listen to the entire episode. And there's a few other benefits like access to digital art when it drops, things like that. So when we have new stuff coming out for season 3, you'll be able to get access to that as well. Things along those lines. So go check it out on patreon.com/critical_hits. Take a look at the benefits that we offer. And if you want to support us, like I said, it's only $5 a month. So we appreciate all of you that are out there doing that for us. You guys really help us keep the lights on around here. So thank you again. Finally, a couple of podcasts you should definitely check out. You should absolutely go check out an absolute Drekstorm of a podcast. Karma the GM plays Auto here on this game, and he's got his own podcast that you would definitely enjoy if you like this one. It's pretty chaotic over there. Everything always goes wrong. It's amazing. It's a really, really good time, and you guys are going to love it. So head on over to Spotify or your favorite podcasting platform and check out an absolute Drekstorm of a podcast. In addition to that, you should absolutely also go check out What the Dice. What the Dice is a Pathfinder podcast. They've got like 150 episodes or something. They're about to wrap up season 1. And in season 2, they're doing Shadowrun in a homebrew world. I am very, very excited for it. I cannot wait. Dan, the GM, is a great guy, and he's a fantastic podcaster. The crew is very fun, and you should absolutely go check out What the Dice. They're a good podcast, again, on all major podcasting platforms. Head on over there, check them out. That's going to do it for this episode. Thank you all again, and we'll see you in the shadows, chummers.
The Topps Company Inc. has sole ownership of the names, logo, artwork, marks, photographs, sound, audio, video, and/or any proprietary materials used in connection with the game Shadowrun. The Topps Company Inc. is granted permission to Critical Hits to use such names, logos, artwork, photographs, sound, audio, video, and or any proprietary materials for promotional and informational purposes on its website, but does not endorse and is not affiliated with Critical Hits in any official capacity whatsoever.